Well, welcome back everyone to another episode of Videos Estimated Value. We're going to look to see if is it worth it to open a box of Alpha Flesh and Blood. I'll tell you right now, it's not worth it. You know that. But that being said, just a couple shout outs. I'd love to shout out Mitch over at Midtown Merchant. Mitch is about to open a bunch of boxes of Monarch First Edition. Make sure you use the promo code JustLove10. Patrons, you also get a monthly promo code that's sent to you too. The JustLove10 is a one-time use. The patrons get a monthly 10% off promo code as well. And then also, if you were interested in other things for Patreon, if you're interested for a collection tracker, we do have Collection Tracker 2.0 coming out soon. It's got like a welcome page. It's got lots of stuff. We've got Monarch working our way in there. Crucible Unlimited working our way in there. Anyway, hope you enjoy that. If you need a collection tracker, head on over to patreon.com/KitchenTableTCG. Just $5 a month gets you access to tons of stuff, including that Midtown Merchant discount code. Okay, so let's go ahead and hop into looking at Unlimited. First things first, sealed boxes are flatlined still, which is a really good thing. Around $90, 92, 94, 95, 100, just around that range. You can still pick up boxes. I know that there are stores who offer them cheaper. It's just a matter of are they in stock or not. So the point being that if you are looking for boxes like now and you need them right now, you don't want to wait, they're still available for $100 or under. Let's pop in and look at the fabled in the set is the Heart of Fandel. We've kind of seen prices going from like the $700 to $500 range in the past, and we are kind of solidifying here at the the $750 range. Kind of what happens is whenever we get a reprint of the boxes, the price kind of dips down to $500, and then when boxes are kind of less frequently opened, obviously the price goes up of the card. So we're kind of seeing a standstill here at the $750 range. Let's go ahead and look at the legendaries. A couple things happened. All in all, we're up 2% here. Average is sitting at $163. The scabskin leathers and the tectonic plating keep shifting back and forth. Which one's 90? Which one's 100? It depends on the day. It depends on who you buy it from. It depends on eBay. I would honestly say like 90 to $100. You should be able to find either one of them. Mask and Momentum is kind of trending back up after a weird week last week. We had a few sold at like the 160. There's sold listings above the 200 range, but there's also some available at the $200 range. So that seems to be where that's at. The Brave Forge Bracers also losing a little value. It was a really hot card with Bolton being spoiled, but now more have entered the market. We're kind of sitting more like 165, and then the Spring Tunic at 260 is holding pretty strong. So that puts your legendary average at $163, which is up 2%. And you can see the kind of stability of the game right now is a really good thing. There's enough product in the players' hands right now. Demand is good. It's not crashing. It's really healthy. Let's go to Majestic Rainbow Foils. Your average is sitting at $27.52, which is actually down for the third week in a row. This week is down 5%. No major changes, although Enlightened Strike losing some value for 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks in a row. Enlightened Strike has been down 4 weeks in a row. So interesting, you can pick them up for $105 right now. Tome of Fandel at $35, Steelblade Supremacy at $20, Glint of Quicksilver at $21. You know, these are similar prices to what we've seen. A lot of people's focus, we talked about this yesterday in Arcane, a lot of people's focus is on Monarch right now. It's just not on Unlimited, Welcome to Rathe or Arcane. So we're down 5%. You can see the graph line. It's been pretty stable, honestly. The whole time the market's been pretty stable. The Majestic EV. So our Majestics are down 3 weeks in a row as well. This week we're down $12.70. That's down 3%. Enlightened Strike kind of, staying at where it was. Tome of Fandel down a little bit. There's a couple cards that are going up, a couple cards that are going down. All in all, nothing major in the market. Again, one more time, like the focus of everybody right now is on Monarch. So I haven't gotten to play in a Monarch release yet. I'm doing that tonight. I'm looking forward to it. I might live stream or just post my my kind of sealed build. Just be fun. I'm not good at it, but we'll see how I do. You guys can make fun of me. All right, so that's a Majestic average is $12.70. Let's go to the super rare rainbow foils, averaging out at $3.06. This is another week of downturns. Remembrance sitting at $11. Crazy Brew at $2. Last Ditch Effort at $2. Iron Song Determination $6.25. You get the picture. Kind of all the prices are kind of similar to where they were last week. All in all, your average is sitting at $33.06, down 11%. you can see we started off strong with these. Why is that number? We started off strong with these, and now we've just kind of flatlined for a long time. Let's go to the super rares. The super rares are actually way down this week. Look at this. It's crazy. Boo! And then kind of a nosedive this week. The marketplace on TCG Player has just been flooded with these. A lot of these are like available right now for some like similar purchases, but these are like the sold listings on TCG Player, but a lot of them are like equal sold listings and available rating. Some of these cards just aren't used. Like when you have a Forge for War for 19 cents, it really drives the average prices down. So just keep that on mind. There's just not a ton of value in the super rares. Iron Song Determination at $3.50. Remembrance at $4. I mean, that card's losing value like crazy. All in all, we're down negative 27%. Very interesting to me. The regular rare rainbow foils, keep in mind that this is just TCG low pricing. Sellers have lowered their prices for the second week in a row by double digits at an average of 83%. You can see we had a little blip there, and then it just dove back down. I'm not really sure what happened that week, honestly. Just, I guess sellers raised them. We had somebody buying out a bunch of them. Oh, that was the Drone of Brutality week. That's what happened. I forgot about that. That was the Drone of Brutality week. Oh, what a memory. Remember that, everyone? Leave me a comment in the comment section if you remember Drone of Brutality week. Those people who are buying Drones of Brutality for 19 bucks, now they're worth $2.52. Oh, man, it's not nice to laugh. Oh, that's funny. That's what that was, though. Okay, the rare EV is sitting, remember this is TCG low, at 22 cents, down 2%. Again, sellers have lowered their prices. You can see that was the blip too, and it's just been a free fall. Drone of Brutality took its last victim, and it's just a free fall in the rare prices. All right, enough joking. The common rainbow foils, if you care about them, the equipment kind of are a couple bucks still. We're not seeing these decrease as much as we saw the arcane ones decreasing yesterday. Let's go ahead and look at our EV here. So in one box, you're going to get 42 rares, 4 foil rares, 4 super rares, 1 foil super rare, 2 majestics. 1 in 4 boxes will have a foil majestic. 1 in 4 boxes will have a chance at a legendary. Actually, they all have a chance, but 1 in 4 boxes will have the legendary, and 1 in 40 boxes will have a fabled. That puts your 40 box average, if you open 40 of these in a row, you'd be sitting at $112.09. But if you're only going to open 1 box, you can't really assume that you're going to get the fabled or the legendary. So if you take that out, you'd be sitting at $52.59. If you own a master set, which is one of every card in rainbow foil and in non-foil, you'd be sitting at $2,166. All right, let's compare that all to last week, 112.09. We are down 2% from last week, which was also down from the week before. And let's look at the top cards to gain value. We're not going to, let's see. Mask Momentum going from 160 to 200. That's a change of 25%. The Route Rainbow Foil from $4 to $5. That's a change of 25%. And Tectonic Plating from $90 to $100. That's a change of 11%. Forge 4 looks like something got messed up there. Let's see what the actual value was. Super rare. Forge for War. Yeah, this it didn't capture right because the price is the same. And it didn't capture right. Let's see if it auto-populates that now. Let's pop back over. Yeah, there we go. Bonehead Barrier is on the list for up 8%, going from 23. These don't really matter. The change is like 2 pennies. There's just not enough of non-foil cards moving to go up. So the Forge 4, the Rainbow Foil, though, went from 50 cents to 20 cents. That's a loss of 60%. Bonehead Barrier losing value too, losing 50%. And Potion of Strength Rainbow Foil going from $2.89 to $1.79. That's a loss of 38%. Remembrance, kind of a big one, going from $7 to $4. That's a loss of 3%. And Mugenshi Release going down to 65 cents on TCG is a loss of 36%. Okay, let's go on over to the alpha. It's a little bit more interesting, but let's move on over. An alpha box right now, if you wanted to pick yourself up an alpha box, it's kind of a weird market right now. So I've got it at like $8,000, so 7,900. It's kind of a weird market. I guess it's not that weird. 8,000. It's just kind of been consistent, I guess. I don't know why I thought. I guess Arcane was a little weird last night. I just projected that on this. So three sold this week, 4 sold this week. This one was a little weird here at 6,600, but there's enough sold listings at 8,000 and 7,900 to justify that 7,900 price. So that is kind of where we're going. Earlier in the week, though, it was a little bit less. It's kind of that is kind of weird. So earlier in the week it was less, but kind of here at the end of the week we're seeing 8,000 and 7,900. So let's leave it at 7,900. We'll see what happens next week. Let's go to the Fabled. So again, like another week that I haven't really seen a ton of movement on the heart. We had a heart that sold last week, and this week though, nothing really moving, nothing really, no added offers that I've seen. Again, everyone's focus is more on Monarch, and we had a ton of wave of people focusing on the Fabled last month. We had tons of increases and tons of people. And so now people have kind of changed their focus. So we'll see how that kind of continues. The legendaries, interesting week here. Scab skin. So there's a scab skin that sold on Discord for 3,500, but there's also a scab skin that sold on eBay for 2,200. So this was a best offer that was accepted, kind of probably based on eBay. I wanted to say this, like, if you only use eBay to do your values, you're not going to see the whole market as a whole. That's why I use eBay, TCG Player, Discord, and Facebook, because if you don't use all those, if you're just an eBay seller and you hop on and you look on the sold listings of scabskin leather just on eBay, you're missing out on all the sold listings from the other marketplaces. So I did not want to use this price because there was another price this week of a sold listing that was higher. So I did want to let you know where you got that from and how I used it. And then a Mask of Momentum did sell on eBay for, wrong button, sorry, for 4,500. So we had one sell for 3,500. We had something sell for 4,500. Last week we had one sell for 4,150. There's a 9 that sold for 5,100. So I'm kind of going with 4,500 as the kind of median of those prices. So that's 4,500. Let's see. Brave Forge is the same. Spring Tunic is about the same. Let's go to cold foils. All right, interesting market in the cold foils too. Again, a lot of the stuff is going to apply here. Number one, a lot of these sold listings, if you remember from last week, some were on TCG Player, some were on Facebook, I think. A lot of them were on eBay too. But we saw a Barkbone strapping sell for $550 on eBay, a Helm of Isis Peak sell for $525 on eBay. And then the kind of interesting thing, all these ones in yellow were the same seller on Facebook who in the post said prices were taken from eBay, and they only looked at an eBay. And so again, they didn't see some of these sold listings that were like on TCG Player for previous. So it like the market price is these prices. This one's a little different because there wasn't a sold listing that was higher this week, whereas the scabskin leathers, there was another sold listing this week in one of those markets. So what I've done is I wanted to let you know that like these 5 that are in yellow were from the same seller at those prices. So just keep that in mind. If that seller's information wasn't accurate, then that would be dictating the market price in kind of a negative way. So I'm just sharing where I got the data with you so that you are understanding. And that does have a significant impact on these averages here. So technically we are down 20% there. Again, I would personally, if I was buying if I was selling these cards, I would say, I would probably look at last week's price and say, take the highest in the last 2 weeks or something like that. But if I was buying cards, you could use that guy's sold listings as like a template. So just kind of sharing with you. There's also a Snapdragon Scalers that sold on eBay for $750. All right, let's move on. That puts your average cold foil common still at 464. And let's also not lose sight that a lot of this movement is due to people taking their gains. We had a huge increase, and now we're starting to see a retracement. So even if you wanted to go ahead and say, okay, these are actual prices, you could also call this a retracement if you so pleased. The Majestic Rainbow Foils. I know I'm just excited for Monarch pre-release. I want to get this video done, not gonna lie. I am aware of a sold Enlightened Strike Rainbow Foil in a private sale for $5,250. I got the confirmation, I got the pictures, I got everything sent to me. But there's also somebody who told me there's one that sold on eBay for $5,500. I could not get that one to pop up in sold listings. He is out of country, so maybe that's it. Or maybe that it would just happen today and so it hasn't populated in eBay's sold listings. So that could be 5,500, depending on if that is accurate or not. Other than that, not a whole lot of the Rainbow Foil Majestics moving publicly this week that people have shared with me. These are the cards that people are starting to share their kind of private sales with me because it's so hard to find the data. And that is super helpful as long as they can verify it. I don't have any pull in these. Like I own 0 of these. So like I need, not that I would change the other cards, but I'm just trying to share with you, like the private data, it means something to me on a lot of these because nobody can say Louis is just manipulating the data on these. So I'm okay with using private data. I would not be using private data on like Cold Foil Commons because I own Cold Foil Commons, and then somebody could accuse me of doing this, and there would be the evidence. So just wanted to share that there. That's why I was comfortable using this one. All in all, your average Majestic Rainbow Foil up to $9.29, which is a 13% increase. The regular Majestics are actually down this week. There was an Enlightened Strike that sold for $300 on eBay. Let's see, what else moved down? Spinal Crush on eBay for $35. And Crippling Crush, I think that was on eBay for $75. That might have been TCG Player. I think that was TCG Player. Blood Rush Bellow for $40. And Glint Quicksilver for $65. All in all, we're down 2%. That's 2 weeks in a row. Again, I think a lot of this is due to like people's focus just being Monarch and not necessarily all these other products. The super rare rainbow foils have not seen any of them move this week. I looked on TCG Player and eBay and Facebook. I could not see any of these moving. So they're kind of at the same price as they were last week. We saw a lot of them move last week. There's just not a ton of these. And so we're starting to see kind of a standstill here in those prices as well. And then the non-foil super rares, some of these are kind of moving a couple bucks, $4 or $5 each. Sand Sketch Plan drying up in the market. Showtime drying up in the market. Pounding Gale drying up in the market. Interesting one. All in all, we are up to $21.13, and you can see a 6% increase. If you want to look at the graph, it starts there and kind of moving up. We're kind of trending upwards on these cards. The rare rainbow foils, keep in mind I use TCG low on these. We are up 5%, 2 weeks in a row of increased movement. And actually, if you include 0 as a positive number, sellers have been raising these cards for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 weeks. 8 weeks they've been raising these cards, which is very interesting to know that these are actually moving at these kind of average prices based on TCG low. Kind of your average is sitting at $43.70. A lot of that is weighted heavily on the potions being pretty high, and then some of those red cards that are also like Jordan Brutality for whatever reason pretty high. The rares, this is the non-foil. They're actually down this week, 3 weeks in a row, down to an average around $3. The common rainbow foils, again, these are moving too. The rainbow foils are just so hard to get in these sets. So we're up 14%. That's a couple weeks in a row that we've been up. We're kind of always trending up on these, but up 14% to an average of 11.17. The common cards still have a little bit of value too. All right, let's look at the EV then. If you were to open 40 boxes of this product, you'd see a $4,296. Now, if you weren't going to sell the commons, the non-foil commons, add almost $200 to that. So if you don't take into account the non-foil commons, you'd be sitting just under $4,100. If you own a master set, one of every card in the set that is cold foil, rainbow foil, and non-foil, just one of each, not a play set, just one of each, you'd be sitting at $158,206. And if you just are opening one box, so you're not going to be opening 4 or not opening 40, you'd be sitting at $1,647.28. All right, let's go ahead to the EV chart. Let's take a look at that. $4,900 is 1% less than we were at last week. So this week everything moved down. A lot of that's due to those cold foil commons, and then the legendaries were about the same. Top 10 cards then to gain value. Enlightened Strike at number 1, up 26%, gain of $1,000. Keep in mind we hadn't seen a sold listing for 2 or 3 weeks, I think, on that one. Snapdragon Scalers up from 677 to 750. That's a change of 10%. And that Mask of Momentum cold foil from 41 to 4,500, up 8%. The non-foil gainers, Pounding Gale up 100% from 12 to 24. Sand Stretch Plan from 10 to 14, up 40%, and Crippling Crush up from 55 to 75 for 36%. All right, let's look at the cards that lost the most value. A lot of cold foil commons on this list. Goliath Gauntlet from 785 to 450. That's a change of 42%. Iron Rot Plate from 520 to 325. That's a change of 37%. And Iron Rot Gauntlet from 500 to 325. That's a change of 35%. Okay, opinion time. And I've tried to share just the data for you. My opinion is that these are still incredibly, especially now with these dips. Like if you can get these for these price, I actually posted on the guy's post and said, hey, are any of these available? Because I'll buy them right now. Because they were gone in a second. I mean, assumingly there was like 4 PMs on the post. I would buy those up in a heartbeat. Cold foil commons, I still think are undervalued. I know I've been pumping them, but I haven't really been pumping them. I know I've been saying that for a while. I just think they are. Anyway, especially if they're at these prices, if you're considering this market price. I would not sell these prices. I want that to be very clear. I would personally not be selling at these prices because I don't think that his prices were accurate, but this is something that happened in the marketplace that I wanted to share with you. The other cards that lost value, Spinal Crush from 60 to 35. That's a 41% change. Glint the Quicksilver from 75 to 65. That's a 13% change. And Blood Rush Bellow from 45 to 40. That's an 11% change. All right, everyone, that's the market update. Again, if you're looking for a collection tracker and if you like these numbers, you can use this collection tracker. We got a new one coming out here in a couple days or a week or so. And you can still use the old one. It will be pretty easy to update your collection tracker. Patrons, thank you so much for all your support. You really do allow it all to happen. And for the rest of you, remember to be kind to the people around you and make sure that you wish me good luck in my pre-release today because I'm getting ready to go there and I'd really like to pull some cool stuff. Hey, thanks for being here. Remember to be kind to the people around you.